Hi, good morning. Hope all of you are fine. Last two section we have discussed about linear transformation. Also we have discussed rank nullity theorem. Now we are moving to our next section, algebra of linear transformation. Now what is actually algebra of linear transformation? We have to consider the set of all linear transformation, and we are discussing about addition and scalar multiplication in this collection. Okay, so there is one theorem. Let V and W be vector spaces over the field F, and let T and U be a linear transformation from V into W. Okay, then the function T plus U is defined by T plus U of alpha equal to T alpha plus U alpha. Okay, is a linear transformation from V into W. Okay, here T plus U is defined as T plus U of alpha equal to T of alpha plus U of alpha, like this. Now there is another scalar multiplication. For any C belongs to F and T from our set of all linear transformation, Ct is defined as Ct of alpha is equal to Ct alpha. Okay. Now this is also a linear transformation from V into W. Okay. Now the set of all linear transformation from V into W together with this addition and scalar multiplication defined above is a vector space over the field F. So we have to prove the collection of all linear transformation form a vector space over the field F where the operation is defined as T plus U of alpha equal to T alpha plus U alpha, and scalar multiplication is defined as Ct of alpha equal to Ct alpha. So first we are going to prove these T plus U and Ct are linear transformation. Then we are going to prove this collection form a vector space over the field F. Okay, so suppose T and U are suppose T and U be okay, two linear transformation, two linear transformations from V into W. Okay, now what is T plus U? T plus U of alpha is equal to T alpha plus U alpha. Now we have to prove T plus U is a linear transformation. Okay, so for this you take some alpha comma beta belongs to V, then C belongs to F, then T plus U of C alpha plus beta. By definition, this is equal to T of C alpha plus beta plus U of C alpha plus beta. Okay. Now, as T is a linear transformation, this you can write as C T alpha plus T beta. Okay. T is a linear transformation. Now, as U is also a linear transformation, this you can write as C into U alpha plus U beta. Now collecting the terms containing alpha and C. You take C outside, then T alpha plus U alpha, then plus terms containing beta, T beta plus U beta. This you can write as C into T plus U of alpha, and this you can write as T plus U of beta. Thus we get T plus U of C alpha plus beta equal to C into T plus U of alpha plus T plus U of beta. Like C of T of C alpha plus beta equal to C T alpha plus T beta. Okay, here we have T plus U. Okay, therefore T plus U is a linear transformation. Now we have to prove Ct is also a linear transformation. Ct defined like this. Okay, so Ct of d alpha plus beta equal to, by definition, this is equal to C of t alpha, that is T of d alpha plus beta. Now as T is a linear transformation, C into this you can write as d T alpha plus T beta. Okay, ST is a linear transformation. Now take C into here. Okay, so this is CD T alpha plus C T beta. Okay, now as C and D are real numbers in the field of F is a commutative, you can replace CD as DC. Okay, so this is DC. Okay, now D into, actually this is DC T alpha, and you can write this as DO C T alpha, and this you can write as DO CT of alpha. Okay, so we get this one and plus CT of beta. Actually CT of beta. Now that is we have CT of d alpha plus beta equal to D into CT of alpha plus CT of beta. Here we are using D as we have C here. Okay, so D into CT of alpha plus CT of beta. This implies CT is also a linear transformation. Okay, that means scalar multiplication is a linear transformation. Now we have to prove this collection of all T from V to W form a vector space over F. So for what we have to prove? We have already defined addition and scalar multiplication. Clearly operation is closed. Both operations are closed. Therefore here proving again closure property, let T and U be linear transformation from, then as in the part 1, T plus U is also linear transformation from V into W. So to prove the vector space we have to prove the conditions under addition. Okay, the first condition is associativity. Okay, so for this here collection of all linear transformation. So here what we have to prove? We have to prove T1 plus T2 plus T3 is equal to T1 plus T2 plus T3. Okay. Now all these are linear transformation. These are functions. Therefore, to prove they are equal, we have to prove this of alpha equal to this of alpha. Okay, that's what we are going to prove. Therefore, this of alpha equal to, you apply the definition, you take this as T and this is U. This T plus U of alpha equal to T alpha plus U alpha. Okay, therefore T plus T1 plus T2 of alpha plus T3 of alpha. Now again apply same result, T1 of alpha plus T2 of alpha plus T3 of alpha. Now look at these elements. These elements are vectors in W because T1 is a map from V to W. Therefore T1 alpha in belongs to W. W is a vector space. Therefore addition is associative. Therefore this you can write like this. And this you can write like this. And this you can write like this. Therefore, this is equal to this one. For every alpha belongs to V, this implies T1 plus T2 plus T3 is equal to T1 plus T2 plus T3. Associativity holds. Now, additive identity. If you consider zero transformation, then clearly it is the identity element. That is what we have to prove. We have to prove T plus 0 equal to T. Okay, now for 0 transformation, 0 of alpha equal to 0. Now T plus 0 of alpha equal to T of alpha plus 0 of alpha, and T of alpha plus 0 which is equal to T of alpha. Thus we get T plus 0 of alpha equal to T of alpha. For every alpha belongs to V, this implies T plus 0 equal to T. That means existence of identity element. Now existence of inverse. Now we know that CT is a linear transformation and CT is defined as CT alpha. Okay, so if you take C equal to minus 1, what we get? CT is equal to minus T, and this is equal to minus 1 into T alpha. Okay, that's equal to minus T alpha. Now T plus minus T alpha is equal to T alpha plus minus T alpha, and that's equal to T alpha plus minus T alpha minus T alpha, which is equal to 0, and that's equal to 0 of alpha. Thus we get T plus minus T of alpha equal to 0 of alpha for every alpha belongs to V. This implies T plus minus T equal to 0, As Ct is a linear transformation, we get minus t is also a linear transformation. We are taking only c equal to minus 1. Okay. Therefore, there exists a minus t belongs to our given set such that t plus minus t equal to 0. Therefore, inverse exists for every t belongs to this set. Now, commutativity under the case of addition. T plus u of alpha equal to T of alpha plus u of alpha, which is equal to u of alpha plus T of alpha, and which is equal to u plus T of alpha. Because W is a vector space, therefore addition is commutative. Therefore, you can write like this. Okay, this implies this is true for every alpha belongs to V. This implies T plus u equal to u plus T. Now we have to prove the conditions under scalar multiplication. So clearly Ct is a linear transformation from our first part. Okay. Now what is C1 C2T? We have to prove C1 and C2T equal to C1 C2T. To prove this is a vector space. Okay. So this of alpha equal to C1 C2 of T alpha by our definition. C T alpha equal to C into T alpha. Okay. So here for C we have C1 C2. Therefore C1 C2 of T alpha. Now C1 C2 are belongs to F and T alpha also belongs to W, and this you can write as C1 C2 T alpha. Okay, and this you can write as C1 C2 T alpha, and this is equal to C1 C2 T alpha. And this is true for every alpha belongs to T, alpha belongs to V. This implies C1 C2 T equal to C1 C2 T. Okay, now moving to the second property, 1 into T equal to T, 1 into T alpha equal to 1 into T alpha, 1 into T alpha is T alpha. Thus we get 1 into T of alpha equal to T alpha for every alpha belongs to V. This implies 1 into T equal to T. Now moving to the third property, C1 into T1 plus T2 of alpha equal to C1 into T1 plus T2 of alpha, which is equal to C1 into T1 alpha plus C2 alpha. This is equal to apply T2 inside C1 T alpha plus C1 T2 alpha alpha. That's equal to C1 T1 of alpha plus C1 T2 of alpha. Therefore, this is equal to C1 T1 plus C2 T2 of alpha. From this we get, this is true for every alpha belongs to V. From this we get C1 T1 plus T2 is equal to C1 T1 plus C1 T2. Okay, and moving to the last property, C1 plus C2 T alpha. All these are very easy. Okay, C1 plus C2 of T alpha equal to C1 plus C2 of T alpha. Now apply associated distributive property C1 T alpha plus C2 T alpha, and this is C1 T alpha plus C2 T alpha, which is equal to this one. Okay, therefore C1 plus C2 of T is equal to C1T plus C2T. Therefore, the set of all linear transformation from V into W is a vector space over the field F with operation addition and scalar multiplication. Now this space, the space of all linear transformation from the space V into the space W is denoted as LVW. Okay, so LVW means set of all linear transformation from V into W, and that is a vector space. Okay. In the next section, we will prove the dimension of LVW is equal to MN. Okay.